We are ready to start another journey. I want you to visualize a very fine mist, swirling and eddying in different shades of grey. It is coming towards you. Faster and faster it comes, and your eyes are growing heavy and tired. Now is the time for you to gather your mental strength and determine to reverse the mist. Make it flow backwards, away from you. You can do this. The mist starts to dissolve. Slowly a new light appears as the sun breaks through. There is only a slight haze. Everything is still at peace. Look around. What do you see? We are gazing at a lovely valley, lying verdant and fresh below us, as if touched by the sun. It has just awakened. Let us go down and walk through the fields, tasting the freshness rising up from every blade of grass, from the embroidery of the flowers. Why don't you gather some of the flowers? You don't have to if you'd rather see them growing. We've been walking for quite a long time, yet we are not in the least tired. Look, we're coming to a woodland and can hear voices ahead of us. It is going to be easy to find a way through the trees. There seems to be several paths. Each of us can choose our own path, just following the sound of the voices coming closer and closer. Finally, we've made it. There are a crowd of people here, adults and children. They're having a picnic beside the lake. Everyone seems too busy to notice us. But there is plenty of room, so let's find a place to sit down. Here we are on the bank at the edge of the water, so we don't have to reach far to dabble our feet in its coolness. Some children and youngsters are playing and swimming in the lake. Everyone is having a wonderful time. But look, some people are in a rowing boat going over to a little island. I wonder what is over there and where those folk got the rowing boat. Let's find out. Further along there is a jetty with several boats tied up, and there is a man in charge. Can we hire a boat and go over to the island, please? We ask him. There's no charge. The boats are free, he says, smiling. What's on the island, we want to know. We'll find out when you get there, he tells us. Are we all in? Then let's start rowing over to the intriguing island. The water is still and clear. Put your hand in and make it ripple. It does not take us long to reach the shore. A man is waiting to help us ashore and to tie up our craft. Nearby is a small cabin. Inside the open door we glimpse an old chest. Judging by its rusty lock and handles, it must be quite ancient. A tall figure stands beside it. The place is so small, so seemingly private, we can only approach one at a time. The people in the boat that went ahead of us are standing in line waiting their turn to enter. That's our vicar standing by the chest, an elderly woman says. Nonsense, it's Merlin. I can tell by his tall hat, a young man contradicts. You're both wrong. It's that famous pop star, squeals an excited teenager. Silly, it's just my daddy, says the little girl. Whatever your heart's desires, the chest will hold it for you, the man beside it tells us. One by one, people approach, hold up the lid and take their prize. One comes away hugging a Bible and jeweled altar cross. The next is triumphantly waving a bunch of tickets for a world tour. The lonely little girl comes away with a cuddly puppy in her arms. An elderly man, his spectacles slipping down his nose, has borrowed a barrow to wheel away the whole of the Encyclopedia Britannica. He is followed by a youth in ragged jeans grinning ecstatically as he cradled a new guitar. Behind him comes a solitary soul with a telephone in her hand and an album of old photographs under her arm. It's our turn now. We can each take whatever we wish from the seemingly magical chest. Or is it a Pandora's box? I hope not. Hugging our chosen treasures, we re-embark and row back to the jetty, where the man who lent us the boat is waiting to help us dock. He asks us if we're pleased with what we found on the island. We all thank him, shake his hand. The sun is beginning to set, and now there is not a voice to be heard as we trace our way back along the path through the trees and across the field. I want you to turn your heads and look back down the valley bathed in the radiant glow of the sunset colours. Keep these colours shining in your mind as gradually we come back to our everyday life and surroundings. Once more, we are sitting together in our chairs. Yawn. Take a deep breath and present yourself to the world. Have a big stretch. Once we've gathered ourselves together, we can start our discussion.